Hi, I'm Mindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am introducing my project for January, which is to read some really huge books. These are books that have been on my TBR for so long, and I've tried to read them in the past, but I haven't gotten all the way through them solely because of the length of them. And I'm going to attempt to read all three in 1 month. And we're going to see how that goes. The books I have picked out for this are Les Miserables by Victor Hugo, a classic, originally written in French. The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, a fantasy novel that everyone loves and everyone talks about, and that's the fantasy that has been on my TBR the longest, so I really need to read it. And then World Without End by Ken Follett. This is the second book in the Kingsbridge series. I loved Pillars of the Earth many years ago, and I really need to keep going in this series. And I loved the start of all three of these. When I've tried them before, I just couldn't read all of them because they were too long. So I will be vlogging my way through all these books in January. I'm hoping they all get done in January. And I'm going to start with World Without End because I am I got the farthest into this the last time I read it, and I love this series so much. I can't wait to continue. And I will be back with an update once I finish part 3 of World Without End, because when I last read it, I got to the end of part 2. So I'll let you know how part 3 goes. Hello, it's a couple days later and I have finished part 3 of World Without End, and I got back into this story surprisingly easy, surprisingly well, considering that I started this book back in 2023. So yeah, I feel like I might be missing some of the details from the beginning of the book, but everything is making sense, and now I'm remembering just why I love these books so much. The characters are amazing. They're complicated, multi-layered, and they all have very big ambitions of what they want their life to be, and are really good at finding ways to achieve the things they want. Some people in really dubious ways, and some in really smart ways, where they seem like they have done nothing to get what they want, but really they were really working behind the scenes to make everything turn out the way it is, like little cogs in the machine that make it run the way it should. Brilliant. I will say that this book is not nice to women sometimes, and there is a lot of trigger warnings in this book. And the first book in the series, Pillars of the Earth, had a big trigger warning for SA. Really uncomfortable scene. It made me really cheer when the bad guy gets his comeuppance at the end-ish. Yeah. So, yeah, if you're gonna read this series, know that it was written in late 90s and early 2000s, and there is some dubious consent, loss of a child, yeah, if you're getting into this series, it's it can be a lot, but the characters are so good. The plot is so gripping. Yeah, I am not sad that I'm reading this book, and it is flying by. This book started in 1327, and now we are in 1337 is where I just left off, and the next section will be 1338 through 1339. And the rest of the sections are about 200 pages long, so perfect amount of pages before the next check-in. I feel like I'm making really good progress now. In general, the first book was about building this amazing cathedral, and then this one is 2 centuries later in the 1300s, and the cathedral needs repairs, and the bridge going into town, Kingsbridge, needs repairs, that sort of thing. So it's still got this like builders type storyline, but there's so much more to it than that. It involves all the townspeople, important political people in the area, as well as the monks, the priests and monks at this cathedral, and all of their stories. There's a lot of different perspectives. Every chapter is from a different perspective, and they all are people in this area, have something going on with the cathedral or the town of Kingbridge, and their stories intertwine quite a bit, and it's really interesting. I will check in again once I read a couple hundred pages and finish part 4. Hi. I almost finished part 4 of this book, and I need to talk about it. I wasn't gonna update until the end of part 4, but something is going down, and I don't know how I feel about it. I am really worked up, and I knew I had to pause and tell you about it. Part 4 continues on not being nice to women. However, it takes place in the 1300s. 1300s Europe was not nice to women. So there's some historically accurate things going on, and I don't know how I feel about it. And Ken Follett is going after my favorite character now, and you better not. Something has to happen. Something has to happen. Some miracle at the last minute. This is not okay. You're going after my favorite character. It's not okay. I'm kind of freaking out. I'm freaking out. I obviously have to read more. I know he can't. Something's gonna happen. It's gonna be big. I am, guys. Hyperventilating. Oh my gosh. Yeah. This book is so stressful. It's so stressful. I am so stressed. And it cannot. I can't. I have to go read more. I have to know. I have to know what's gonna happen. I have to. Ooh. So I'm gonna read as long as it takes to find out what's happening so that I can calm myself, because I have like 4 more videos I have to film today. So obviously I'm gonna do some more reading today. And that's it. That's my update. He better not touch my main character, like my favorite character, or I'm gonna revolt. I'm gonna throw this book across the room, and I don't know what's gonna happen after that. But I guess you'll find out in my next update. Hi, I'm back. And I did not throw the book across the room. I did not rage quit. I kept reading, and I got to the end of part 5. And now I'm 700 pages into World Without End. And I only have 2 sections left, 300 pages left. And I love this book so much. It's books that can make you feel so strongly that really get to me and become new favorites. And this last section is also, it's really hitting me in the feels. Now the plague has come to Kingsbridge and people are dying left and right. Oh my gosh. Stressful. I love this book. It is now the 19th of January, so I am thinking I'm probably not going to finish all 3 of my books for this vlog in January, but that's okay. They're huge, they take a while, and that's fine. They're gonna probably go into February, that's okay. You might be able to see I got some new shelf lights. I have not figured out the best way to use them yet. I really like this turquoise color, but I haven't figured out how they look best. Like, I'm trying them with the lights off right now, but it is so dark because it's freezing cold. The sun's almost down. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to show you what they look like with the lights on. Yeah, not very exciting. I don't know. I have not decided which way is best yet. Let me know what I can do down in the comments. That'd be great. Also, in the mail, I got a movie. Cuckoo. I finally have a copy of Cuckoo so I can watch it again. And spoilers, this is one of my favorites of the year. I gave it 5 stars. If you haven't seen it, if you like horror movies, I suggest checking it out. It's very different and original, different than most things you see. Oh my gosh, the plastic is coming off of it. That's sad. What the hell? Very bonkers and deliriously entertaining, it says. So I'm looking forward to watching this one again. I guess that's all for now until I read some more. I just finished my other physical book, so I'll be spending a lot more time on these big chonkers for the vlog now that they are my only physical books left for the month. So hopefully I'm going to be making lots of progress. Hey guys, it is the 22nd of January now, and I have finished my first book for this vlog, World Without End, and I gave this 5 stars. This is historical 1300s fiction, and it is full of triggers. There's some stuff in here that I don't think he would necessarily get away with nowadays. You know. So full of wonderful characters, and the plot is always keeping you on your feet. I love the series, and so happy about that. And today I also started my second book, which is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. A little worrying that this is an unfinished series that probably won't be finished. But this is a book very much beloved, and I have tried starting it before and couldn't really get into it very well, but I restarted it today with the audiobook along with the book, and I was sucked in immediately. So yeah, apparently that's working for me really well, which is great. This is about a very well-renowned adventure warrior legend, and he's getting older and he's telling his story kind of thing. So cool. Yeah, this has been on my TBR since, I don't even know, 2012, something like that, and I'm finally reading it, so yes, thank you, let's do that. When was this written? 2007. Okay, so another, I think this one was 2007 as well. The 2 books from the aughts that I've been meaning to read for nearly 20 years. No, I don't know. Let's see. Yep, 2007. So we have a theme going. I know my third book is not from 2007, like definitely not. It's a classic. So far I'm liking this. I am trying the Purple Lights today, and it's even darker today because it's the middle of the night when I finally finished my first book and started a second one. So yeah, it's like 7 and it gets dark at 5. Hoping. I'm kind of playing around with light and if this is gonna work, or if I need to have my overhead light on, not just my ring light. Oh, the struggles. I actually watched my new movie. I rewatched Cuckoo the other night, and it's still 5 stars. I still love it. It's such a good movie, and I'm glad that I have it now because it's pretty rewatchable too. It's fun enough to rewatch. I will check back in when I've read some more of The Name of the Wind and let you know what I think. Hello, it is now February and I am still reading The Name of the Wind. It is currently February 4th. I am over 400 pages in. I'll be finishing it relatively soon, so this will become a 2-month project of mine. Not surprising, really. And I am really liking this book. There's a chosen one type thing going on. The main character is a young boy. He has a tragic backstory, and now he's at this prestigious magic school, and he wants to learn everything about the magic of this world, and he's really good at it. He's good at a lot of things because he's really smart, and I am really into this story now. And it's interesting having this older character telling their story, and then it's about this young boy, like his childhood, and it's so good. It is February 9th, and yesterday, on Saturday the 8th, I finished The Name of the Wind pretty late at night, so I wanted to update you now that this is an amazing fantasy novel. Not that I expected it not to be. This is, one of the most well-known fantasy novels, and it's for a reason. Oh, I just love this book so much. The main character, Quoth, is the most interesting character, most powerful character, and I really loved his story of him growing up. This book was all about his childhood, and I can't wait to read the next book and see where Quoth's story goes and how he ends up running an inn and hiding out. Very interesting. So, since I'm done with that, so far, all of my books for this video have been 5 stars, and I'm starting Les Miserables today by Victor Hugo. I've already read it a little bit this morning, and I'm pretty sure this is going to be a 5-star too. The reading chunky books off my TBR vlog is going very well. This is a classic. It is taking place in France during the uprising of 1832 and around that time, and it has really amazing, interesting characters from all walks of life, and I've already seen the play and the movie based on the play, so I can't wait to read the original work, and I know I'm gonna love it. Hey guys, I have been working on my lighting. I added some side lights here, so hopefully I don't look as green as I did on my last few videos. So that's what I've been working on. Plus I got the Honeywell microphone, so hopefully the audio is better in this clip. I guess we'll see. Let me know. And I guess this is a vlog full of lighting and audio. Along with my book updates, I want to share a quick update about Les Miserables. I'm on page 350. The first 300 pages were fantastic, 5 stars, all with these characters that I am totally in love with and rooting for in like the slums of France in the early 1800s. And then there was this whole section for the last 30-40 pages that was all about the war, Napoleon, and the Battle of Waterloo, which was a terribly deadly battle, but for me it read dry as toast. And it was not engaging, and with how much I loved the rest of the book with the 5 stars, is this section about the war going to bring down the rating. I don't know. I think it could have been written in a more engaging way. Oh boy. I am about to go into the giant book sale that happens once a year in my town for women's education, and there's going to be tons of people in here. This parking lot is extremely full, and I hope that I'll be able to show some footage. It's a lot of books. Usually the horror and sci-fi fantasy sections are pretty small, and it's mostly general fiction and thrillers, and I usually get a bunch of thrillers, but I will try to show you what they have. I spent about an hour in there and I got 12 books. I showed a bunch of them, and I'll add a little picture in of all of them together. It is the middle of March, which means I am in the middle of the 3rd month of this vlog, and I have made it halfway through Les Miserables. I'm on page 703 out of 1400 something. 1463 pages, and I believe the last time I updated was I was really bored with war details, which I was right at the end of that section. It was about a 30-page section of details about the Battle of Waterloo, and I was not as fascinated as I was hoping I would be. But right after that, the character work started again in full force, and things got really interesting, and I got right back into loving this story so much. It's not a fast story. It takes a long time to read, a lot of French, a lot of characters, a lot of descriptions, and it's, you know, you got to put some effort into it. But I am loving my time with this book. It is very, 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 very good. And I will continue to go through this. If it takes me half a year to finish this vlog, then so be it. It is worth it to take my time with this amazing book. Hello, it's the last day of March. I am still reading Les Miserables, but I'm only 200 pages away from the end now, so hopefully tomorrow I'm gonna finish it up. But I needed to make this clip so I could show you the crazy thing that I'm doing. Just randomly out of the blue, I decided I wanted to use my library more, and that I had too many books, and I'm doing the hugest unhaul ever. I went through every single one of my books to see if it's readily available on at my library, like more than one copy in some way. Like the ebook and the physical book are both available like readily right now. I could go pick it up, and I unhauled all those books, and I have to show you how crazy this is. Also, another crazy thing, like my hoodie, I'm a kid. Okay, anyway, excuse my room, it is a disaster, but I want to show you this. So my shelves are all single stacked now. These are full. But these are the ones I am going to sell on Pango. Like, this is just the Pango books. Holy moly. It's a lot. And this box is the ones that weren't really up to the quality of what I saw in my Pango store. But the most amazing difference is this shelf. This used to be full of hardcovers. All that's left is one shelf. I have one shelf left on the extra shelf. It's amazing. This is the end of the vlog. I finally finished Les Miserables today, April 1st, the start of old school April. So now I am repping my team, Beetlejuice Bunch, and this book is fantastic. It is very descriptive and character focused. The characters are very well drawn, and I was completely hooked into their stories and what was going to happen to them. They were all struggling with a lot in this time period of the 1820s to 1840s in France, being lower class, and I just loved every moment with the characters. Like I said earlier in this vlog, there was a section on overly describing a battle, the Battle of Waterloo, that was too long and boring. But the rest of the book was not boring. But there were some descriptions that were very lengthy for everything. Every description in the book is very long, and just comparing the day to this and this and this, and it was like this and it was like this and it was like this. That's where all of the pages come from. So I think that those descriptions, even though they were stunning, beautifully written, was a bit much. But this is a book I'm going to think about all the time and is one of my new favorites. So this is going to get a 4.5 for me, even though it is a fantastic book. Just those little issues I had, I couldn't give it the full 5. So that means this is only not 5-star, but it is pretty much an honorary 5-star book. Amazing book. World Without End by Ken Follett was 5 stars. I love Ken Follett, even though his books are super long and they are character focused, but there's a lot of plot going on. A whole lot of just exciting, thrilling things going on. Even though it's, historical fiction, it's also very exciting, like a thriller. And The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss was my other chunky book that I read in this vlog, and I love that one as well. Very character focused, maybe lacking a little in plot, but I just loved following the characters in this story and their life. Yeah, this was a great vlog, and it helped me remember that I really do love the chunkiest of chunky books and I need to not be afraid to pick them up. Even though they do take time and effort to get through, it is worth it. Thank you for watching this vlog. I hope that you enjoyed it. I do have 100 new books on Pango right now because of my big unhaul that I showed earlier in this vlog. And I went from 776 unread books to 619. So that's a big unhaul. And you can look at a bunch of them on my Pango store, which is linked down below in the description. Are you a fan of chunky books? I'd love to know that down in the comments. And what is your favorite chunky book? Also, have you read the books in this vlog? What did you think of them? And I'll be back very soon with another book-related video. Thanks. Bye.